Good Monday morning. It's a very rainy day. We had rain during the night, thunderstorm actually, but quite heavy rain as well. And what are you gonna do there? I'm gonna show you something here. This is mostly a video about my sodas, but yeah, so everything's like really well watered now, which is good. I don't have to. I watered yesterday. Of course I watered yesterday. But now everything's good and soaked. So I was going to show you my latest ginger bug soda beer efforts. So hang on. Okie dokie. So I will tell you about how I make the ginger bug. So I have approximately a cup of water here, and I'll take a couple of tablespoons of finely grated ginger. I use this size of a grater to grate it up, so it's kind of almost a little bit pulverized. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I use the organic, whatever it is, dehydrated cane crystals, and you dissolve that up. And I put, I was using cheesecloth for a while, but I just use a paper towel. Just cover it up like this and leave it on the kitchen counter. It seems to me that it works best if, the indoor temperatures are probably more like, I don't know what, in the 70s, I guess. And I just leave it on the counter. Whenever I walk by it, I just kind of swish it around a little bit like this. And every day you add a teaspoon each of some more grated ginger and some more sugar to feed it. And the bug is created from the bacteria or yeasts or whatever they are on the ginger root. And I know that some people have trouble with it, and I have in the past too. For some reason, not so much lately, and I don't know why. And I've used every kind of ginger. I've used organic, I've used just off the shelf. Most of the ginger that I'm buying now will sprout, which to me indicates that it is not irradiated. One of the problems can be that if you get ginger that comes in, say from China, that it's irradiated, and it just basically kills it. So lately, the last bug that I made only took like 3 days. It was the first day, the second day I fed it. By the third day, it was already starting to bubble a lot, but I couldn't make anything that day, so I fed it once more, and it was like a super duper active bug. And that is what I used to make this soda. Now check this out. I have never had a soda that is this active. This one, I just mixed the bug with the soda base yesterday, and it's already bubbling up. Oops, that's not good. Good thing those bottles are nice and strong. I always, when I do my bottles, so I'm going to bottle this one right now. I will show you the last one that I did, which is this one. This flavor was, or is, ginger, I used some dried rosebuds that I got from Mountain Rose Herbs, and some lemon juice and a little bit of lemon rind. And let's see if I can open this without it squirting all over the place. I always have to put a cloth over it or paper towels or something. And I'll show you. This one I refrigerated, and I still have one on the counter. The longer you leave it on the counter, even if it's in the bottle, it will still ferment. So you can hear the effervescence. Now I'm going to pour a lot of this because I don't want to drink a lot right now. But it had a very nice bubbly effervescence to it. You can see the bubbles, and it's quite tasty. So it's got the probiotics from the fermentation with the ginger. And there are instructions for how to make the whole thing. I just wanted to show the ginger bug part because somebody on Facebook had asked me, how do you make the bug? So I usually do like a half gallon at a time. I'll just talk to you. Let me see if you can see. I'll just talk to you. You won't see my face. There's my face. I am here. You'll just see my shirt and belly. So I usually make a half gallon at a time because I have less. Actually, I don't need this. I have less problem with the bug typically to get that going than I do to keep the soda itself going. So I will do, for a half a gallon, if I'm just doing plain ginger, I will grate up maybe about that much of a ginger root and boil it in a quart of water. And I'll boil it for 15 minutes, and then I will leave it set for 15 minutes, and then I put it in the crock and I dissolve about a cup of sugar into it when it's hot, and I'll usually put a little bit of acid, like maybe lime or lemon with it, because it just makes the flavor a little bit better. And once that's dissolved, I'll mix in cold water. But what I've been doing to bring the temperature down so I can put the bug in it is that I'll make like ice water with ice cubes made with filtered water that I've just made in the freezer. And that way it'll bring the temperature right down so I can inoculate it right away. Otherwise I have to, even if you dilute it with hot water once you've taken it, after it's been boiling, it'll take a little while for it to still cool down, because you don't want it super hot because you can kill the bacteria or yeast. I think they're supposed to be, it's like lactobacillus. And then I leave it in the crock, and sometimes it takes days, and sometimes I can't really even see that it's fermenting very much. And I will typically just go ahead and bottle it anyway. And surprisingly, it will ferment and create the effervescence. But I've been lucky. The past couple that I have done have been really good. Now with this one, I did an experiment, because I experiment with flavors, and I will add different herbs to, I'll always use ginger. Sometimes I've done it with sassafras root that I've dug up from my garden, or I will put in a little bit of white sage, or like the last one I used the rose petals. This one I wanted to have it be a little bit more fallish. So hang on a second. I am going to finish this up, and then I'm going to make this so I can actually look at you while I talk. Alright, hopefully you'll be able to see me here. while I talk to you. So with this one, I wanted to make it, like I say, a little bit fallish. So when I boiled my ginger, I put slightly less ginger, and I didn't want the ginger to be so prominent. And I added 3 apples that I took the cores out because I didn't want to be boiling the seeds. I just, quartered them up, sliced them up. And I put in also a handful of blackberries, because blackberries are kind of late summer, early fall. So I did the blackberries and the apple, and I did the boil for 15 minutes like I usually do, and then I take it off the heat and I leave it set for 15 minutes before I strain it into the crock. And when I did that, I put in like 3 slices of Valencia orange, and then I strained everything out. And so this is my autumn this is my autumn fruit flavor. But like I said, this one is amazingly effervescent and active, which is kind of cool. And I'm wondering if it's because of the addition of the fruit. Whether, I know that the bug itself was super active, and I'm trying to figure out why that bug was so active, and I'm wondering if it's because, I don't know, the ginger itself had started to shrivel a little bit, so I don't know if there was something activated in the ginger when I used it or what. It's definitely I do a lot of experimentation with it, and it's not as consistent as I would like it to be. It is a somewhat inexact process, and there are a lot of variables, like the produce that you're using to make it, or the temperature. Some people have problems with their water, but I'm just using like Brita filtered water. I'm not even using real fancy water. For a while I thought I needed to use distilled water, and that really wasn't making a difference when I was having problems. So I don't know. It's a matter of experimentation. But even if it doesn't work, as long as you're not getting mold on top of it, you could drink it like a, just like a flat lemonade with ginger in it or something like that. So that's it. That's my latest in the soda fermentation activity of the house. So today, I've got to get going on more of my scanning. I have to start doing some printing so I can start doing more photo encaustics. And I'm feeling a little bit offish because although it's rainy and dark, it's not cold yet. So it's like I want it to feel a cold snap for it to feel like autumn. And I'm finally kind of moving out of the having, been to the wedding. That's sort of, that connection is sort of not as robust as it was at first. So now I'm feeling a little bit, so got to work on that. I got to see what's going on with that. Got some decorating to do, get my fall decorations up, and that's it. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.